Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to talk about IRC scholarship, which is Ireland Postgraduate Scholarship, and this video is important because the call opening date is near. So let's begin. First of all, you have to search about IRC scholarship 2024 and you will come with the link Government of Ireland Postgraduate Scholarship, and when you click on that link you will be navigated to the following page, and it is the page which has all the information, and you can see that on the top of this page it is saying opening soon, and the date is 29th of the 8th of 2024, which is nearer. Okay, so first of all, again, from as like my previous video on Hardiman scholarship, it is important to keep the timeline in mind first of all. So let's see what is the timeline. So if you navigate on the following page, in the end, the call will be open on the 29th of the August, and you can have, if you have any kind of queries, the query date is still 3rd of the October. Application deadline is the 10th of the October, so it's around, you can say, 1 month time, because September is there, 1 month and 10 days you have the time to fill up your application. So it is very important to have a fast pace, because when I create a video on the application of filling up the application form, you will see that the application form is quite lengthy. You have to fill it out, each and every part of it. So okay, and then there is a supervisor or mentor deadline, which will be on 17th of the October, and the research office endorsement deadline will be the 24th of the October. Call outcome will be on by the end of the April, and the award start date will be the 1st September of the 2025. So let's begin. Let's have a little background of this scholarship. It is the scholarship in which the Government of Ireland provide the scholarship. It is very unique because it funds across all the discipline, as it is mentioned that from archaeology to zoology. This means that every discipline cover from A to Z falls in this scholarship award. So if whatever domain you belongs to, you can apply for this prestigious scholarship. It has also some information about the strategic funding partners. If you wanted to learn about that, these are the URLs. You can open these URLs and you can learn about what are the strategic partners. Okay, the important thing is what they offer for you. So they will offer you a 31,000 per annum award, in which 22,000 per annum is the stipend. So this is the money you are going to get into your account, which is around 1,800 euros, nearly 1,800 euros per month. A contribution to the fee, including non-EU fees, up to maximum 5,750 per annum. This means that this amount of the fee will be waived from in whatever institute you are in. But other than that, like if your fee is more than 5,750, you have to pay it. Either you have to pay it or your institution have to cover that fee on your behalf. Third one is the eligible direct research expense of 3,250 per annum. This means that this is the cost of research expenses, includes your travel expenses, or if you participate in any conferences, your publication expenses. So this is the 3,250 euros are covered per annum. So okay, let's begin. So these they have provided you different documents on your right. So if you click on that plus sign, you have a call for document. One is in English and one is in Irish. If you know Irish well, so go ahead with that. We will begin with the English one. So if we open that, we can see a document. Again, at the start of it, I have already covered the dates, the key dates you have to remember in your head, and then the table of contents. So in this video, I'll just cover the important things that you should know from this document. So it has about the Research Council. If you wanted to read it out, it's up to you. Purpose of the document, and again, these are the programs which I have already covered you, that from archaeology to zoology. You can give it a read, so that you have a background of this scholarship. Again, the strategic funding partners, and then what they offer. I have already covered that. 5.2 belongs to the Irish postdoctoral fellowship program, and I'll create a separate video on that. So in this video, I'm not going to cover that. Now comes the eligibility. So eligibility is very important for you to keep that in your mind. So the first thing is, there is no age limit for the applicant, which is a good thing. So if you are quite older and you wanted to pursue your PhD, it is a good thing. You can be of any age to apply for this award. Applicant must be affiliated with the eligible Irish higher education institution or research program performing organization. You have to click on this link and check what are the institutions that you should belong to. This means basically that before applying to this this funding, you should be affiliated with any of the Irish institution which this link will provide you. You should be enrolled in that particular institution for your postdoctoral scholarship funding. The next is, application will only be accepted in either Irish or English. So here they will provide you both of the documents, either in English or Irish. So you should fill out your application in either way you like. Applicants must not have had two previous unsuccessful applications to the relevant program, including to strategic partner themes. So you should not, if you have already applied for IRC scholarship twice, in which you belongs to a relevant program, including to strategic partner themes, so you are not eligible to apply it for on the same theme and in the same program for the third time. So if you have two unsuccessful application previously on the same program and same strategic partner, you can apply a third time, but this should be an other program or an other strategic partner theme. So this is the thing, you should keep that in mind. Okay, the Irish Research Council is not in the position to award funding or research activity under any of the following prohibited areas. So these are the areas they will not fund you: human cloning, genetic modification of human beings, and creation of human embryos solely for the purpose of research. So these are the domains they are not going to cover for your funding. Okay, now comes the Government of Ireland program. So they fund you for the research master degree program for 1 year. So if you are pursuing research master, you could be funded for 1 year. And if you are pursuing the structured research master that you perform research in that master, as well as you are going to pick up some courses during your masters. So this will they will provide you funding for 2 years. For PhD degree, traditional degree, they will cover you for 3 years, and for structured doctoral degree, they will fund you for 4 years. Okay, so this question is quite interesting, that for applicants who have already completed part of the postgraduate degree for which they are seeking funding, which means that you can apply for this postgraduate scholarship if you are going to start your degree, or if you have already in the middle of your degree. So this is an interesting thing of this funding. So the duration of the funding to be awarded is dependent on the type of the degree being pursued and the date of first registration as outlined below. So in this table, they have provided you the degree type, date of registration, academic year, duration of the funding to be awarded. So if you can see, there is a small 4 over here as a superscript. So here they have explained it that exception of the above dates of first registration may only be made for those who have taken an eligible career break from their degree program. So these are the dates. If you have registered your degree on these dates, but there are some exceptions. If you have taken eligible career break, you might apply for this funding. So for research master degree, you should be enrolled in your research master degree from this 1st of September till 31st of the August, and your funding will be for 1 year. For traditional doctorate degree, if you are going to start from 21st of the September, so you get this award after applying for this funding. Your scholarship will be started on September 2025. So you will be awarded for the 2-year degrees, 2 years, 2-year funding. Again, if you have started your doctorate degree last year, so you will apply for this funding this year, and if you get this funding, so you will be eligible for this funding from 2025 onward, so which is equal to the 1 year remaining. So they will provide you the 1 year funding. For structured degree, if you are going to start your structured degree this year, so you will be awarded this this funding from next year, like in 2025, and you have a 3 year of funding. If you have started it last year, so you will again be awarded this funding in 2025, so you will be remain with 2 year funding. And if your degree had been started in 2022, again you will be awarded this funding in 2025, and you will be covered by this funding for 1 year. So this is a good thing about the scholarship, that if you are in the middle of your degree and some years are remaining and you wanted to apply for this funding, you can seek this funding. Now the next is applicants with the registration date prior to the date listed above may still be eligible to apply if they have properly documented eligible career break, which I have already discussed over here. So if an applicant wishes to adjust their period of eligibility, they might produce evidence, birth certificate, medical certificate, and documents for the host institution at the time of eligible break. So you can take your breaks during this scholarship, which is also an interesting thing for this scholarship. For maternity leave, if you are going on a maternity leave, applicant will be granted on 18-month adjustment. So you have to tell your institution as well as IRC if you're going for the maternity leave, for parental leave, for long-term illness. So this all is covered during this funding. So you have to contact your institution as well as IRC for if you are going for an eligible breaks. But you have to provide your documents, evidence, and everything they wanted that is required and they asked you for, so that you can easily and smoothly apply for any break. Okay, all degree results as entered in the application form and endorsed by the host institution must be the applicant overall result and verifiable as such an official transcript. So you should be provided by your degrees that you have entered during filling out the application form. So you should be very careful in putting the degree result, because it will be verified by your institution. And if you have put write down the wrong result, so it might causes the delay of getting the scholarship, or might not be getting the scholarship. So you should be very, very cautious. Applicant for research master degree must not currently hold or have previously held an Irish Research Council scholarship. So if you're applying for a research master degree, so you should not have this scholarship previously before. So if you have previously get the scholarship on a master degree, you are not eligible for this again on the masters, but you can apply for that funding on your PhD program. Applicant for doctorate degree must not currently hold or have previously held any Irish Research Council scholarship other than one which would have enabled them to obtain a research master degree. So again, if you have this scholarship on your doctorate program, you are not eligible. However, if you have applied, you have IRC scholarship for your research master degree, you can apply for doctorate program. All application require an academic supervisor willing to guide the purpose of research project. So it is the most important thing that you have been required a supervisor who can guide you throughout your 4 years of this degree program. So you should apply this scholarship with the agreement of your supervisor, and supervisor form is provided separately. Applicant from any country may hold a Government of Ireland postgraduate scholarship. However, applicant will fall under two categories based on nationality and residency. So there are the two categories which will appear during the application process when you fill out the form. So category 1 is the applicant must meet both of the criteria. For category 1, so it is on the form. So number 1 is that applicant must meet both of the following criteria: be a national of European Union member state. So you should be a European Union member state, including Ireland and the countries stated here, and have been ordinarily resident in European Union member states. So you are ordinarily resident in any of the states mentioned over here for a continuous period of 3 of the 5 years preceding 1st September 2025. So from 2025 preceding year 1 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years, you should be living in these countries. So you should be eligible for the category 1 if you fulfill both of these requirements. And for category 2, all other applicants who do not meet both of the above criteria. So if you do not meet any of these criteria, you fall under the category 2. Okay, while the majority of scholarship will be awarded to applicant who fall under category 1, it is important to note that majority of the scholarship will be awarded to the applicant who fall under category 1. So if you have you fulfill the requirement of category 1, there is a higher chance you get this scholarship. They are telling you that majority scholarship fall under the category 1. A portion of scholarship will also be made to exception applicant who fall under category 2. In 2024, the success rate broken down by category were as follows. So you can see that for category 1 in science, technology, STEM domain, 14% is for the category 1 and 3% is for the category 2 applicants. And in arts, it's 16% rate success rate and 4% for category. It's 16% rate for the category 1 and 4% rate for the category 2. So if you fall under the category 1, I highly recommend you to apply for the scholarship. Okay, Government of Ireland post. Again, this is a fellowship program, so I'm not going to discuss it in this video. So I hope that you understand what is the eligibility criteria of the postgraduate scholarship or the master scholarship. Okay, the next thing is ineligible applications. So there are some type of application which might fall under the category of ineligible application. So you should read it very clearly so that you know that what if you did the certain mistakes, your application might fall under ineligibility criteria. So let's read out few of them. So an applicant submits more than one application to a given call. So you cannot submit more than one application. The next one is an application has not been submitted via online system. So I'll make a separate video on that. IRC provide you an online system, so you need to register via that system, and then you have to submit your application on the online system. So it is very important to submit your application online. The third thing is an application does not have all the required participant forms. So you need your academic supervisor or mentor form. They should be completed and signed and submitted via online system. So you should be very cautious about these things, that if it's not only your application but also your supervisor application, which is also submitted through an online system. The name of the academic supervisor or mentor include the preliminary eligibility quiz on the online system does not match that on the application form. So you, before applying for this scholarship, they have provided you a quiz form that is again an online. So you need to fill out that quiz, which will tell you either you are eligible for this scholarship. It will have an initial assessment. So if you include the required the required things asked during that quiz or assessment wrongly, or it doesn't match with the online system you are going to apply to submit your application, so you might get ineligible. So it is very important to be very careful while filling out these things. More than one academic supervisor or mentor name is included in the preliminary eligibility quiz on the online system. So if you have applied, you have write down more than one academic supervisor or mentor on the eligibility quiz, and then while filling out the form you just mention one supervisor, so you might get ineligible. So these are the few pointers you should I have explained only first 5 of them, so you should go through all of these so that you have in your mind what things might make you ineligible. Okay, now further going down, they have provided you some of the emails on which you could ask any query. If you have any doubt about anything, they have provided you the relevant emails. You can contact them so that you can get your answers. Okay, so further going down, what they are telling, applicants should not add an academic supervisor or mentor to their application without the prior approval of the academic supervisor or mentor. So they have written down in the bold, which means that it is very important that you cannot write any of the supervisor name without their approval. You should talk to your supervisor before applying for this funding. Applicants are strongly advised not to wait until the day of deadline to register on the system or submit their application. So if you have talked to your supervisor, you are planning to apply for this funding, it is very important to get registered immediately. It's a very simple process. So they have provided the link. I'll discuss it later in this video. Again, they have discussed about gender, so you can read it out. Whatever your gender belong to, you can apply for that. Then there is a declaration, ORCID account. They have talked about them. Okay, number 13 is very important, which is a plagiarism and related issues. So while filling out your application, it is very, very important that that particular work solely belongs to you, and it is not someone's other work, because the plagiarism, if you are caught into the plagiarism, you got ineligible, and you might be in position that you will not able to apply it later on. So it is very important that the work you are applying for is solely your work, and you are not randomly sampling any evidence from any other carried out work. So they have talked about assessment process in number 14. So you can read it out. It's a big thorough detail they have provided about how they assess the application. So you can read it if you want, and you should read it because you need to know that how the assessment process goes on. Then they will tell you about the notification and feedback in 15th pointer. So feedback derived from the commentary of the assessor must be requested by these applicants within 3 weeks of the notification of the outcome. Once this window has passed, no further request for feedback will be permitted. Feedback will likely be provided early summer after the overall review process has conducted. So they will provide you the feedback after the review process. So that's it. Then it comes the appendix. If you wanted to read it out so that you have a clear picture of what you're applying for. In the last, I'll just give you a quick information about the outcome of your application, because I am an IRC scholar. So as per my experience, I'll let you know that they have basically the 2 phases of assessment which will be taken place after the submission of your application. They will tell you around the February time about the outcome of the first process, and they will let you know that the first phase of the assessment process will be conducted by the Outer International Assessment Board, and they will tell you the lowest total score of progression, which is set by the Inner International Assessment Board. And last, when I have applied for IRC, that score was set as 89. So if your score is above that, above the set score, you will be eligible for the next phase. And if your score is below that set score, you will not be going to assess in the second process. Furthermore, I wanted to include that if you successfully became eligible for the second assessment process, you will be notified by the end of the April for the outcome of your application, and that's it. I hope you like the video and you will get all the required information regarding IRC postgraduate scholarship. I wish you a very good luck. If you have any queries, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to create a separate video for how to use the online application system for this particular IRC scholarship, as well as another video how to fill out your application form in order to be a successful candidate. So stay tuned to my channel. I request you to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.